Hello and welcome to SudoKanard. We're here to solve this extra region Sudoku by Indian author Hemant Malani, composed, created for the Sudoku Mahabarath. This was the highest pointer in the set, and in my experience, it's by far the hardest. And by far, I mean, I found it very much harder than the rest. And to be honest, I have some revenge to take against this puzzle because I had 15 minutes left when I approached this puzzle. I made some good progress, and then, in typical Kanard fashion, I broke it. So there was a mistake, and I started again, but I didn't have enough time left to finish it, and this prevented me from finishing this round. Well, this is how it goes, and I try to do better next time. So the special rule is that whenever you have such a shaded region, then it must contain all digits from 1 to 9, exactly once. So this is a kind of geometric puzzle in which I usually perform pretty badly. So I try to do better this time. I first do some basics Sudoku pencil marks. Here, 1, 3, and 8, and I don't think there's anything to simplify this at this moment. Well, I'm seeing that this region must contain an 8, but this 8 prevents all these cells from containing 8, and this 8 prevents all those cells from containing 8, so that's an 8, and that's the first digit. Now this 8 prevents those cells from having an 8, this 8 prevents all of them, and this 8 prevents this one. So that's an 8 in this region, and I can remove this option here. So that's a nice beginning. Let's move on with 8. This region, this extra region, doesn't have an 8 in any of those cells. So there must be an 8 somewhere here. And by Sudoku, there's an 8 somewhere here. So what about this extra region? Because of this, 8 is not here. Because of this, 8 is not here. And because of this, 8 is nowhere here. So 8 is in one of two positions. So 8 does not appear here, but it could still be here. It could still be here. I think that's it for digit 8. So those two given digits were very helpful to begin with. Those 3s say that there is a 3 here, and from that I can deduce that 3 does not appear anywhere in here. So it must be somewhere in this area, but 3 is very restricted regarding this extra region because none of them can contain a 3 and this one either. So we get a 3-8 pair in those two cells. And we see that 3 is in none of those two cells. So on this row, 3 must be here. I'm tempted to pencil mark it that way. In this region, 3 is somewhere here. I'm tempted to focus on 2 in this region because there's the 2 here, there's the 2 there. So 2 can't be here, it can't be here, it has to appear in those cells. And by Sudoku, it must appear in those cells as well. This region must have a 2, this extra region, I mean. Because of this 2, it's not here. Because of this 2, it's not here. So it's somewhere in here. Perhaps I should do more Sudoku with the missing digits here. They are 1, 4, 6, and 7. So this is from 4, 6, 7. This is from 167, this as well, and this is from 146. That's not so useful. But digit 4 has a lot to say. 4 is not in here. It's not in here. So there are only two places for 4 in this extra region. And in this extra region, 4 is not here. Because of this, it's nowhere here. So it has to appear somewhere there. There's something with 6 as well. But 6 is more complicated. 6 is nowhere here. It's not here. There are still 4 options for 6. And something quite interesting is that 6 can't be in this cell. That's not saying much. This 5 is interesting. It's not here. So in this 3x3 block, 5 must be here. So 5 is nowhere else in this extra region. And because of this 5, it's not here either. So 5 must be here. So 5 is nowhere else in this extra region. So in this 3x3 block, 5 can only appear here. So we can eliminate this option and place 5 here. That's really some beautiful setup. And this 5 now, combined with this 5, places a 5 somewhere here. So there again, 5 is eliminated from the rest of the extra region. So in this 3x3 block, we get a 5 here and a 5 there. Now this extra region needs a 5 because of this and this and this. So 5 is nowhere here. Because of those 5, 5 is excluded from those, and we get a 5 here. This is neat. So I think we have all 5s. No. Oh, this 5 bounces back here to disambiguate this. All right, so that was nice, but what else can we do? 1 here. So 1 in this extra region, 1 can only appear here or there. That doesn't seem to be so powerful. So 4 is somewhere here, 6 could still be here or there. Or there. No, 6. Oh, in this extra region, so because of this 6 and this 6, all those positions are excluded. So those are the possible positions for 6. So 2, 5, and 6 are around here. What about the missing digits in this column? There are 1, 2, 3, and 9. So this is from 139. 4 options here. This is from 129. 4 options here. Oh yes, that's an interesting place to look. And that as well. So why is it interesting? Because this cell sees all of those cells. So the digit here must be different from all those digits, and it must appear somewhere in the extra region. So it must be in one of those cells. But this digit is different from 8 and 5, so it must be the same as this. So that's quite interesting. And there's something similar here. This digit here is different from all of those. So it must appear here or there. And I should add, oh, something much straightforward here. 9 is excluded from all of those. So in the extra region, 9 has to be here. This is 1 or 6, which means that one of those is a 7, so that's not 7. So this digit now, it's not 9, so this digit is different from all of those. So this digit is either this one or this one. Well, is that really powerful? Not so sure about that, actually. So I must be missing some more geometry. This is 1609, by the way. So what else am I missing in terms of geometry? There's a 4 here, a 4 there, a 4 here, so there must be a 4 somewhere in here. 2, 4. Oh, there's a 2 here, so this is never a 2. And we know that this is the same as this, so that's never a 2 either. Oh, I've been missing it. Knowing that there is a 2 here, 2 is not here. We know with this that 2 is not here, and 2 is not here. So we get a 2 in one of 2 cells here. And we can eliminate those options, and there's a real 2 in this cell. Now, by Sudoku, there's a 2 in one of those 2 positions. If 2 is here, then the only place in this extra region when I can have a 2 is here. So if 2 is not here, it's here in the region. So we have 2 places for 2 on this region and on this row. So there's never a 2 here, there's never a 2 here, there's never a 2 here. So in this area, the options for 2 are those 2. So we have either 2 here and there or 2 here and there. Now what? So 2 and 3 are here. I haven't addressed 4 or 7 in this extra region. 7 is not here. It could still be in a lot of places. This digit is nowhere here, and it's not a 9, by the way. In this 3x3 block, 9 can only be here. So this is from 4, 6, and 7, and we know there's a 6 somewhere here. So in this extra region, 6 cannot be here anymore, and it can't be here. It can't be here, so there's a 6 somewhere here on this row. So what can this be? It's not a 6, so it can, and it's not a 4. So that in this extra region, 4 is somewhere here, so this is a 7. And now in this extra region, we are missing the second one of our 7, the counterpart of this. So what about digit 3 in this extra region? Because of this 3, 3 is not here. So 3 must appear somewhere in this part of the extra region, so that's not a 3. This row still needs 2, 3, 1, and 7. So this is 1 or 7. We get a pair here. This digit is the same as this. And those 3 digits here are 4, 6, and 9. Because of this 9, that's 4 or 6. 4, 6, 9 here. 6 is here. This is from 1, 4, 7, 9. Well, those two are the same. Oh, and this is beautiful. Those two are the same, but those two are different. So this digit, which is only one digit, must be different from both those digits. So those digits can't be a 1, they must be 9s. And this is 4, and this is 9. That's not 9. And the second one, or 7, is here. So it's the same as this. And there's 1 or 7 here. So this is 1, 2, or 3. This 9 here does not appear there. So the 9 in this extra region is not here, is not there, or here. It has to be here. This is 7 just by Sudoku. So this is 1. That's 7 and that's 1. And 7 is here, so that's a 3, that's a 2. 2 is not here, so it's pushed into this position. And 4 is pushed to this one. And 6 is pushed to this one, which makes this a 4, this a 6. And 6 in this extra region goes there. Those now are 1 and 3. So that's a major step, I think. This 7 eliminates 7 from this cell. So that's 1, that's a 6, that's a 7. That's not 6. On this row, this can't be a 9, so that's the 9. This is 1 or 3. On this column, we still need a 7. It's not here, so it's here. It pushes the 4 to the left and 2 to the left. So that's not a 2. We get this 2 and this 2. And in the process, I've pushed the 4 to this position, I think. I have pencil marked 4 around here. So that's the 4. We resolve the 4, 6 pair on top. One here does not appear there. So 1 must be in one of those cells. So this row still needs 1, 3, and 8. But 3 is in here, so that's 1 or 8. And we get this 3 and this 8. So 8 in this region, according to pencil marks, is here. So that's 1, that's 8. 3 here, 1, 3, 1, and 3, and 1, and 3. Here we need 8 and 6. Here that's a 7. So that's a 1. We get the 3 here, the 6 there. And we can check that this is a correct extra region. This is also a correct extra region. The same here and the same there. So it was definitely trickier than the other puzzles in the set, but it was no less beautiful. It was really, really beautiful, and I loved this fact here. We had 2 different digits here, a pointing pair, and here we have 2 identical digits that had to be different from all 2 digits in this cell. Really, really wonderful puzzle. It was probably undervalued, I think, in retrospect, compared to the other puzzles. But it had the consequence that I lost less points than if it had been with a higher value. So thanks for watching this video and the other videos in this series. So next, I will address the puzzles in Deutsche Sudoku Meisterschaft Quali-Round, not sure how to pronounce it in German. So the puzzles from the qualifying round of Sudoku Championship for Germany It was also a remarkable set of puzzles that were created by Christoph Seliger and Philipp Blume, and I can't wait to solve them for the next series of videos. See you soon on SudoKanard.